Hello and welcome back to what is the final ever episode on F1 2021. This is our driver career. It's the last race of the season today, season 4. We're battling for third. We just need to hold on to that third. We can't realistically do any better than that. So see if we can get on the podium for the championship at least. Last time out in Mexico, a shambles. It went from bad to worse. We had a tough qualifying. We had an okay race start, but then we just dropped back and back and back. We had a spin, went onto the wrong tyre. We ended up not finishing. It was terrible. Also had that DNF from the gearbox issue in Italy, so we're not in a great run of form, but we're looking forward to this last race around Brazil. It's a track that I really like. Unfortunately, 0 driver championships and 0 constructors on this game cycle. We're going to be looking to change that in F1 22. Don't you worry about that. I said we were saving the components in the last race, and I genuinely believed that when I said it, but it turns out our reliability in general has been so good that we've got spares. So we're going to whack on some fresher components and head to qualifying around Sao Paulo in Brazil. One of my favourite, in fact, this is my favourite circuit on the game. We're hoping for a good result today. Here we are then for our first flying lap in Q1, and that's the fastest of the session so far. And it doesn't stay that way. Valtteri Bottas bests us, as does Tsunoda. Tsunoda on cracking form at the end of this season. Giovinazzi also showing good signs, good pace. But here we are then on the medium tyre in Q2. P4. We are on fire here so far. So we have qualified on the medium. That means we can start on the medium if we so desire. And as we head to Q3, it's looking like the rain might arrive. So let's see what can be done. The rain did arrive, and we're out on the intermediate tyre. Let's see what we can do then as we head around Sao Paulo in the wet. Enjoy this flying lap. That was a flying lap of Sao Paulo in the wet. Across the line we go, and we put it potentially on pole position. Well, I say potentially. That is a pole position. 2/10 clear of Charles Leclerc then. A McLaren front row lockout for the last ever race of this game. Max Verstappen on third. Yuki Tsunoda, like I said, is on fire at the moment. P4 for him. Antonio Giovinazzi and Sebastian Vettel on the third row then. Let's head to the track. Let's do this.
Formula One returns to Sao Paulo once again with the stage set for what promises to be another classic Brazilian Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel famously clinched his 3rd championship here in 2012, and in 2016, Max Verstappen treated us to one of the finest wet weather drives of all time. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7 mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if of course the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Power lines up on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Giovinazzi, Vettel, Valtteri Bottas and Stroll. Norris, Verstappen, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Sainz and Esteban Ocon.
It's been a long season, but let's try to end it on a high note.
Let's do that. Having a quick look at the strategy then for the final time. Medium, soft seems to be the way to go as we wait for the 5 red lights to come on. And we're underway for the final race of F1 2021. We get a squirrely start, to say the least, and we've lost 3 positions straight into turn 1 on that medium tyre. Of course, not the best tyre to start on. However, it will go longer than the soft, so we're playing the long game here as we're battling a little bit with Lando Norris. You may have noticed Yuki Tsunoda was not in P4 at the start of the race. He's taken another grid penalty as we all head down deep into the first lap now. We're getting on now. Latifi, though, back on form this week, up into P5. So I wonder if AlphaTauri just had to take penalties last week and have had to take penalties this week. And that was the reason Latifi was at the back. Who knows? It could have been the rain, of course. But we're moving now. We're chasing after Bottas, not Lando Norris, as I said earlier. He's all the way down in P9. Max Verstappen's not had a great time either. I think he must have had a bit of a wonky start. Vettel, though, up in 2nd place. But of course, Max Verstappen, this is the fun race for him. He's already won the championship. The Constructors is tied up as well. So we're just going to be hoping to win the race just for the glory, really. P4 currently, but we are super close to Bottas, and we might be looking to make a move on the Mercedes driver soon as we go purple through the final sector on the last lap. So we're getting some heat into those tyres now. So we chase Valtteri. Lance Stroll doing alright in P6.
DRS will be enabled this lap. Use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Into lap 3 then, of course, DRS enabled because we are in the dry again, and we're going to get a nice helping of that rear wing being open. What can we do? Is this the time that we're going to make the move? Not quite yet, it's not. Just biding our time. There's no rush. We've got time. We know that we've got pace around this track, so the Red Bull and Charles Leclerc ahead, they can just crack on for now. They're going to have to pit much sooner than us. And given that the tyre wear so far this season has been pretty good, we might be able to do a one-stop round here. Coming towards the end of lap 3 then. Nice and close to Bottas. Can we make the move this time around? Let's find out. DRS open. ERS on as well. Looks like we're going to have a go. Up the inside into turn 1. And we're through. On to the final step of the podium then. Bottas, though, is going to get DRS here, and he's not finished yet, is he? What's he going to do? Oh, late move there. Forces us to go wide in defence, and we make contact. Fortunately, let's have another look at that from our point of view. We just get forced off the track a little bit because you can see from the red arrow, we thought he was coming up the inside, so we've lost 2 places there. Not ideal. Hang it round the outside here. No, not quite. We're going to be wanting to make that place back up, though, as soon as we can. We've been known to make overtakes down here a few times. What are we going to do on this one? Not make the move. I think that's wise. Wait for the DRS. Make the most of it on this final straight. And here we go. After Latifi. Full send up the inside. No. Full send round the outside instead. And Latifi didn't see that one coming. We caught him a little bit off guard there. And we both get DRS. Latifi was having a little look up the inside there, but decided not yet. After Bottas we go then. Towards the end of lap 7. Catching him again. These mediums really coming into their own now, as the softs have probably seen their best. Round the outside we go.
Gaining on the car ahead.
Can we hold on to it round the outside? So far, so good. We squeeze him to the inside there, and off we go. We should have a good enough gap there that the DRS won't be effective. Latifi is also taking advantage of this as he goes up the inside. Has he made it stick? Let's find out. Yes, he has. Latifi then up into P4 in this race as we're in P3.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
We are chasing down Sebastian Vettel. What's Jeff saying? Yeah, one stop. That's what I thought. We can do a one stop in this race, and we are going to do a one stop in this race. We've got to make the most of it. We've got work to do. We've got a good 7-8 seconds to the leaders currently. But as I said earlier, those softs definitely seen better days. And it all depends what they do in the pit stops as to whether we can realistically catch them.
The gap to the car ahead is 7.9 seconds.
We're just looking after the tyres a little bit now. And on lap 13, this is the race for the lead. Charles Leclerc into the pit lane. Sebastian Vettel then inherits the lead of this race. And we're going to keep going, of course. We don't be double stacking for no reason. And that puts us into P2 for now. We have not pitted yet, though, of course. We've still got to do that. Leclerc onto the hard tyre. That seems like a mistake. Lap 14 then, Sebastian Vettel also in the pit lane. What tyre is Sebastian going for? Let's find out. A hard tyre for Vettel as well. I think we might be in with a good chance here. If we can keep the pace up on these mediums, by the time we come in for the soft, we're going to be so much quicker than them. And you see here,
pitting this lap then, coming to the pits at the end of
in
this
lap
lap.
24, we are coming into the pit lane having maintained a 13-14 second gap. So in we come then, off the medium tyre, we're going to stick those softs on. Here comes Leclerc on the hards, as is Sebastian Vettel. I think they've made this a bit easy for us, if I'm being honest. As they come past the pit lane. And here we are. What's the gap going to be then as we come out of the pits? 5, maybe 6 seconds once we get fully up to speed. Yeah, just shy of 6 seconds the gap then. That's less than it was when they pitted. We were 8-9 seconds behind then, so we've made up time. And we're setting fastest laps.
That's a new fastest lap.
Of course, we're on the soft tyre and the track's nice and warm, nice and rubbered in. And now, we're closing the gap. Just putting in the laps, getting closer and closer to that potential race lead here. Tyre on the grass then, probably wouldn't recommend that.
We're trailing our teammate by 2.5 seconds.
On to lap 28 then, and Sebastian Vettel is well within our sights. We should get DRS here. We do get DRS. That's going to put us nice and close. As we come along the back straight, there goes Charles in the lead of the race. And it has indeed brought us nice and close to Sebastian. What can we do? I mean, I think we can overtake, if I'm being honest. We're on the much faster tyre. We've got good pace in the car. It's just about biding the time and finding the right spot so that we don't ruin the race. I'm super close now. We're basically attached to his gearbox at this point, pushing him along the road. We're going to go for our classic up the inside on the final tight bend, and off we go. Of course, now he's going to get DRS on us, so this might not be over yet. I would imagine ERS is fully open as Sebastian Vettel opens up his wing. Looks to remove around the outside. We're on board with Vettel then. He's having a go, but we've just got too much pace. And we've put ourselves into P2 then as we look to chase after Charles Leclerc for the lead. Only 7 laps to go. The pace we've got over that hard tyre, it's looking good for us. Latifi having a great race, down in 4th place. Bottas not having the best time. He was all the way on the podium, of course, at one point, but now 23 seconds back in 5th. Here we come then, on lap 29, and we've caught up with our teammate. I don't think Charles is going to make this easy for us. despite the fact that we made it easy for him in Mexico. Of course, it's the final race of the season. We don't need him to make it easy for us. We just sail around the outside and we set a new fastest lap. And now, we've just got to manage the rest of the race. Trying to break the toe then from Charles. Don't think it's going to be too much of a threat, to be honest. He has a little look, but he's just not close enough. And that leaves us free to just hold on to the lead of the final ever race in F1 21. Almost outside of DRS. We are outside of DRS, and onwards we go then as we approach the back markers, get some DRS, and that just helps us pull an even bigger gap. A lot of traffic there. And here we come to start the final ever lap on F1 2021.
Final lap of the race.
Around Brazil. 4 seconds clear of second place. That's going to be it, I think, as we round the final few corners. That's a nice way to finish, I will say that. As we come to cross the line, and we win in Brazil for the final ever race on F1 2021. That's the results that we get. We needed more of those.
We've had a very strong season this year, very strong indeed. Well done, and thank you on behalf of the team for a fantastic effort.
Jeff, happy with that one? Well done, Tsunoda, driver of the day. But yeah, we needed more of those results, but that was a strong win from us today.
It's been a roller coaster season then, but they can go into the winter with their heads held high after an emphatic victory here today. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
As the winners make their way up to the podium, one can only imagine the celebrations that will take place at McLaren tonight. Congratulations to everyone on the team, securing the win and proving they're a force to be reckoned with out on the track.
And there it is then, that's it. We're done. We didn't win any championships, we didn't win any constructors. It's unfortunate. We probably made a mistake going to Ferrari in Season 3, if we're being honest. That was, we maybe could have had a better Season 3 and then an even better Season 4 if we'd have stuck with McLaren, but it is what it is. Sometimes you've got to make these moves and see what happens. I'm not sure whether we're going to do a My Team or a driver career mode at the start of F1 22. At some point we'll probably have done both, but yeah, let me know what you want to see. If you enjoyed the driver career mode, I've really enjoyed it. It's a good immersive experience. I'd probably like to do it again at some point, but we'll see. Let's have a look at the final championship standings then. We managed to get on the podium of the championship, but Red Bull absolutely dominated this season. Sebastian Vettel didn't quite get the better of Max, but pretty close. Only 32 points behind at the end of the season. And we managed to take P2 in the constructors, which is pretty good for McLaren. So we'll take that. That's it. We're done. F1 2021, done. Job done. F1 22 is mere days away. In fact, when you're seeing this, it's probably like tomorrow. And when the game comes out, check out my Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/ChrisG, 3 underscores. I'll put it on the screen now. We're going to be doing a stream probably on launch day. And also on Friday, the 1st of July, we're going to be doing a nice long stream as well. So I'll put the link in the description as well. Come check it out, and we'll definitely be doing more videos. So stick around for those. Give us a like, leave us a little comment, and subscribe if you're new. And I will see you in F1 22. Bye.